Namaste, welcome to Flow and Restore Yoga. My name is Michelle Chua. For today's practice, you want to have 2 blocks, a strap, a bolster, and a blanket. Please find a comfortable seat, maybe sitting up on your folded blanket for your comfort and to help lengthen your spine. Take a moment to mentally arrive in your yoga practice. One of the greatest gifts that we can give someone that we love, that we care about, is our wholehearted presence. Costs nothing. It's free. It's your time and energy. Being here with your attention, connecting your heart, mind, and body in the same place. And that's, interestingly, what yoga is. It's about being present, aligning your physical with your mental, emotional. So let's begin the practice gifting ourselves presence. We'll move into a meditation of chanting from this book, The Relaxed Mind by Tsakilung Rinpoche, a Tibetan Buddhist chanting practice, which can be practiced by anyone who cares to connect their body, heart, and mind. Let's prepare for that by first checking in. As you find a relative stillness, you might close your eyes. Allow a moment to mentally scan your physical body. Being present with any and all sensations that you notice without judging what you notice as either good or bad. Acknowledge how your body may want you to move it through the physical yoga today, meeting yourself where you are. Sense the quality of your breathing without having to control the breath. Notice how you're feeling energetically. Sense the state of your mind, the state of your heart. What emotions are present? Let's welcome a deeper breath. Maybe audibly sighing through the mouth. Inhaling a little deeper. And letting it all go. One more time. Let's take a moment to practice gratitude, acknowledging anything that you would like to appreciate in this moment. You might think of what had to come together in order for you to be sitting here now, enjoying the start of your yoga practice. Clarify what you are cultivating, setting an intention for this practice today. What would you like to awaken within yourself? Strengthen. Remember that our practice is not only for our benefit, but for the benefit of all beings everywhere. I invite you to choose someone or something you'd like to offer your practice to today. And with that, let's join our voices, chanting the sacred sound of Om 3 times. Breathing in a little slower again. Let's close the lips and continue to warm the body up by breathing just through the nose, helping to calm your nervous system, focus your mind, and balance your energy. Let's start to practice Ujjayi Pranayama, victorious breathing, by lengthening your inhalation as slowly as your exhalation, while creating a gentle whispering sound by softly constricting the back of your throat. Listening to that sound allows you to be present in your body, in the moment, and to regulate your breathing, keeping it slow, steady, and calm. So tuning into that rhythm, start to make your way into downward facing dog. Setting your fingers spread at the front of your mat and lifting your hips high and back. Allow a few breaths to move your body any way you might need to loosen it up in Adho Mukha Svanasana. We're going to continue this week's theme physically of opening up the shoulders by bringing them into flexion. And in our live community here, we had a request to also help open up the lower back, releasing tension. So with your arms overhead here, we're bringing the shoulders into flexion. So while spreading your thumbs flat towards each other, stretch your index fingers forward. Keep your hands still and rotate your outer upper arms or triceps towards the floor, spreading the shoulder blades across the upper back. Now drop your head, relax your neck, and lift your shoulder blades up onto your back ribs. Seal your front ribs in towards your back body and draw your sitting bones further behind you and up towards the sky. Sinking your heels towards the earth. Let the body be still as you steady your gaze, your drishti, tuning in to 2 more deep breaths. On your next inhalation, glide forward into the top of a push-up, plank pose. Shoulders right above the wrists. Look just past your thumbs on the floor and lift the sides of your belly. Keep lengthening your neck. Keep rotating your triceps towards the rear wall. And if you get tired, you can always place your knees on the ground directly under your hips, like this. On your next inhalation, glide forward. Keep lifting the belly, lengthening the neck. As you exhale, hug your elbows to your ribs, only lower halfway down into Chaturanga Dandasana. Engage the belly, inhale, press up to plank pose, just like a push-up. And exhale, lift your hips back, downward facing dog. Let's try that 3 more rounds. Inhale, come forward to plank, shoulders right above the wrists. Keep your neck long as you exhale, shift forward as far as you can. Lower halfway, hug the elbows towards your ribs. Keep lengthening the neck. Inhale, press up, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Twice more. Follow your breath pace. Inhale, come forward, plank pose. Exhale, glide forward and lower halfway, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, press up, plank pose. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Last time, inhale, forward, plank pose. Exhale, shift forward and lower halfway. Graze your elbows by your ribs. Keep the neck long. Inhale, press up, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your feet to the top of your mat, forward fold, and bend your knees. Reach the hands behind your lower back to clasp and stretch your arms away from your lower back, shaking your head no, nodding your head yes for a few more deep breaths. In Uttanasana. Grab your strap while you're here and bend your knees. Inhale, roll your spine upright to stand. Take the strap in your left hand and raise your left arm, dangling the strap behind your back. With your right hand, spin your left outer upper arm forward and bring the left elbow behind your head, pressing your shoulders down. Reach your right hand behind you underneath and catch the bottom end of your strap. Walk your hands as close together as you can. Maybe they clasp. Now, step your right foot way back and pivot your feet to face the wide width of your mat, coming into a wide-legged stance. Parallel your feet. Breathe in and lift your heart towards the sky. Breathe out and start to lean forward, hinging from your hips. Now, if your back starts to round, back off a little. Don't go so deep. Know that you can bend your knees to help relax the spine. Let your neck relax. As you drop your head, lift your shoulder bones away from your neck. Couple more breaths in this variation of Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold, with your arms in Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Here we're bringing your left shoulder into flexion. Now bend your knees, engage your abdomen, and as you breathe in, lead with your chest to slowly rise up. Keep your feet where they are, release your arms, and roll out your shoulders. Let's take the second side. Now, you know if you might need a strap or not. Raise your right hand this time. I'm not mirroring you here, so make sure it's your right hand. With your left hand, rotate your right tricep forward and bring your right elbow behind your head. Notice if you might want to dangle a strap from your right hand. Reach the left hand behind you underneath, catch the bottom end of the strap, or clasp your hands. As you breathe in, roll your shoulders back, look up. As you breathe out, lean forward and hinge from the hips, elongating your spine as if you have a flat back rather than rounding it. Relax your neck and let your head fall heavily. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. Lifting your shoulders away from the neck. A few more deep breaths. Now bend your knees again. Lead with your chest. Inhale to slowly rise all the way up. Release your arms, shimmy out your shoulders, and let's step the feet together at the front of your mat in mountain pose. Let your feet touch as we'll prepare for sun salutation B a few times, connecting movement to breath. So join your hands in prayer at the heart. Remind yourself of your intention for this practice. And remember that our practice of yoga means union. We're connecting our minds, our presence, with the breath, with our bodies, offering gratitude to the sun. Let's start our sun salutation. Breathe in, bend your knees together to touch, sit back towards your heels in chair pose, Utkatasana. As you exhale, shift your weight forward and hinge from your hips, Uttanasana. Press the floor or blocks. Inhale, lengthen your spine forward to Ardha Uttanasana. Step back to your version of plank. As you exhale, glide forward. Graze your elbows by your ribs through Chaturanga Dandasana and slowly lower all the way down. Point your toes back and inhale, roll your shoulders behind you in Cobra Bhujangasana. Tuck your toes, exhale, press up through plank. Lift your hips back to downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your right leg behind you. As you exhale, bend your right knee towards your nose and softly step your foot beside your right thumb. Spin your left heel down and inhale, rise to stand in Warrior One. Ride your exhalation from plank, forward and down through Chaturanga. Inhale to Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your left leg behind you. Exhale, bend the knee high towards your nose, stepping the foot lightly beside your left thumb. Spin your right heel down. Inhale, rise to Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, lower from plank, forward through Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let your body be still as you steady your drishti for 3 deep breaths. Rolling your triceps towards the earth, drawing your shoulder blades back onto your back ribs as you relax your neck. When you've emptied the 3rd breath, walk or float to the front of your mat in a forward fold with your feet touching. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees together. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, rise up, hands to the heart in mountain pose. Let's try that 2 more cycles. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Step to plank or lightly jump to Chaturanga Dandasana. Continue through your vinyasa. When you arrive in downward facing dog, inhale, raise your right leg back. Exhale, bend the knee towards your nose. Step the foot gently beside your right thumb and lower your left heel. Inhale, rise to Warrior One, and exhale, lower into your vinyasa. Side 2. Inhale, raise your left leg back. Exhale, bend the knee towards your nose. Step the foot beside your left thumb. Spin your right heel down. Inhale to Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, lower vinyasa. Downward facing dog, pause, slowing down the breath for 3 cycles. When you've emptied the 3rd, walk or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees together. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale to rise up. Last sun salutation B. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Step or float back. Take it through your vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your right leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the foot beside right thumb. Left heel down. Inhale, Warrior One. Exhale, down to your vinyasa. Side 2. Inhale, raise your left leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the foot beside left thumb, right heel down. Inhale, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, lower, Vinyasa. Downward facing. 3 deep breaths. We're going to insert something here. So as you keep lifting your hips back, spin your triceps further downward and bend your elbows to lower them simultaneously on your mat. Dolphin pose. Keep your elbows, shoulders width apart. And if available, walk your feet closer to your elbows. Press your chest towards your shins. Relax your neck. About 5 or so more breaths before you re-enter downward facing dog. To get back to downward dog, you could straighten the arms from here or place your knees down and then lift your hips back. Bend your knees, empty your breath, and walk or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale to rise up. So from here, let's come all the way down to the floor, hands and knees on the ground. Take your 2 blocks, place them on their second level height across the top of your mat, touching each other. And then as you bend your elbows, place your elbows on the block, shoulders width apart. Spin your triceps towards the floor, draw your shoulders down the back, and press your fingertips into each other, bringing our shoulders into flexion. Now entering the yin portion of our practice. Step your knees back a couple inches behind your hips and trace your thumbs down the back of your skull, maybe down the back of your neck, as far back as your thumbs will go, while lowering your head, spreading the collarbones wide. Lift your belly in towards your spine. Support lengthening your lower back. What sensations are arising for you here? What sensations are shifting? Observing your body as you breathe. A few more cycles of breath. One more deep breath. Slowly lift up and off the blocks. And have a seat with your legs in front of you on your mat. As you're sitting with your legs forward, notice if it's helpful to prop your pelvis up on a folded blanket if you tend to round the back like this so that you can sit up tall. Let's prepare for a hip opening posture that will continue to open the shoulders as well. It's a hybrid pose. Turning out your right thigh, bend the knee and cross the thigh over your left. Now you can keep the bottom leg straight and flex the left foot, or if it's available, bend the left knee too and splay your feet apart as long as you can evenly ground your 2 sitting bones. Now bend your elbows apart and cross your left elbow over the right. Hook your thumbs or wrap your forearms in palms. Slide your shoulder blades down onto your back ribs and lift your elbows to the height of your shoulders. Press your pelvis down and breathe in as you stretch your spine tall up through the crown of your head. Exhale, stay here or start to bow from your hips, breath by breath, keeping the space through all the sides of the neck open, grounding the pelvis. and lengthening your spine forward. So your arms are in eagle pose or Garudasana. Your legs are in a hip opener called Gomukhasana, cow face pose. One more deep breath here. Press down to your pelvis. Breathe in and start to rise. Backstroke your arms apart and bend your right knee. Step your right foot in front of your right hip and straighten your left leg forward. Flexing your left foot, hold your right knee with both hands and root down through your sitting bones. Rise tall through the back of your skull. Keep the shoulders relaxed and backstroke your right arm behind you. Inhale, lengthen the spine some more. Keep your legs still and exhale, twist to your right. Inhale, press the pelvis down, stretch the spine tall. Exhale, continue to twist, hollow the belly. If it's available, you can hook the left elbow outside your right thigh. A few more breaths of twisting here. So these spinal twists are helpful if you're experiencing tension in your lower back, but really important to feel how your body is responding as you go deeper into a pose, and to really take your time to notice what's arising, breath by breath, so that you know when to back off, when to go deeper without causing harm. Remember that practice of ahimsa we've been focusing on for the past several classes, non-harm. One more deep breath. As you exhale, unwind your spine and drop your right knee open. Bring the sole of your right foot high on the inner side of your left thigh. Now either take a strap, place it around the ball of your left foot flexed, and hold the strap in your right hand, or if you can reach it without rounding the back, you can hold your outer left foot. We can add a twist in Janu Shirshasana. Ground your two sitting bones, lengthen the spine, lift your chest, twist to your left, and exhale, fold diagonally in that direction. Keep rooting the right sitting bone, especially into the earth, while you draw your sternum, the middle of your chest, forward, breath by breath. This posture is Parita Janu Shirshasana, twisting head to knee pose. What are you feeling in your body here now? How are you using your breathing as support to unite your mind, body? One more deep breath. Press down to your pelvis, lead with your chest. Inhale to slowly rise. All right, let's stretch the right leg forward and turn out the left thigh at the hip. Bend the left knee and hug the left thigh over the right thigh. So you're either keeping your right leg straight, flexing the foot here for cow face pose, or bend the right knee too and splay both feet apart. Whatever allows you to sit tall while evenly grounding your sitting bones. Bend your elbows apart. This time cross your right elbow on top of the left, hooking your thumbs or wrapping your forearms and palms in eagle pose, Garudasana. Slide your shoulder blades down your back and lift your elbows to the height of your shoulders. Sitting up a little taller as you breathe in, stay here or start to hinge forward from your hips as you breathe out. Press the pelvis downward. Inhale, lead with your chest to slowly rise. Backstroke your arms apart and straighten the right leg forward if it's not already. Flex the right foot. Step the left foot on the ground in front of your left hip and hold the knee with both hands. Ground your sitting bones. Breathe in, sit tall. Backstroke your left hand behind your pelvis and exhale, twist along your waistline to the left. Continue to breathe in as you root down and rise up. Continue to breathe out as you twist a little further, maybe hooking right elbow outside left thigh. Only if it doesn't cause any strain in your body. Shoulders are still relaxed. On your exhale, unwind your spine and open the left knee to the left. Bring the sole of your left foot high against your inner right thigh. Now either place a strap around the ball of your right foot, flex and hold the strap in your left hand, or take hold of the outer foot with your left hand. Breathe in and root your sitting bones down and lift up through the center of your spine. Exhale, twist to your right and fold in that direction, breath by breath. Twisting head to knee pose. Janu or Parita Janu Shirshasana. Especially root down to your left sitting bone here as you draw your chest forward. Press down to your sitting bones and inhale, lead with your chest to slowly rise. All right, let's place the knees on the floor, bent, and find your version of hero's pose, Virasana. Either with your knees, actually keep your knees on the ground, no wider than hips distance apart. So you might sit on a block between the ankles like this. Make sure you're not turning out or turning in your feet. Try to point your toes directly back so that you're safely aligning your knees, not twisting the knees sideways. If it feels comfortable, you can sit directly on your calves. If it still feels comfortable, you can sit on the ground between your ankles. Not forcing anything, as this can be a posture that makes the knees very vulnerable, especially if you've got things happening in your knees that you need to really be gentle with. So ground all of your toenails, especially the pinky toes, ground your knees and sit tall. Seal in the bottom of your front ribs, soften them down towards your frontal hip bones, slightly lift your frontal hip bones, lengthen the tailbone downward, and relax the shoulders, open the chest. Now you might stay here, opening up the fronts of the thighs near the knees, or you might slowly begin to lean back. Breath by breath. You might catch yourself from behind with two blocks, like one behind your skull, medium height, and one behind the bottom tips of your shoulder blades, medium height. So behind you, the blocks might look like an equal sign. Now, if that's too low to lean into comfortably, you could use a pillow on top of those blocks, make them higher, or don't lean back all the way. So notice how your body is letting you know what's right for your body in this moment. Part of that practice of presence that I talked about in the beginning is really tuning in. What does your body need right now? not letting the ego step in with its expectations of what it should be doing, but rather practicing ahimsa, non-harm, through presence. Now, if you are leaning back, you're not using your hands for support, you might opt to raise your arms overhead and hold opposite elbows, dropping the arms back. Soften the front ribs in towards the back still to support your lower back. We're here for about a minute longer. You might switch the cross of your arms if you're holding your elbows overhead, just to balance out the shoulders. Take your time with the help of your hands pressing the ground beside you. Start to lift your head if you're leaning back. Gently lifting your shoulders, your mid-back, and eventually stretching your legs out in front of you once more. Maybe sitting up on a folded blanket if that helps to lengthen the spine again. Let's prepare for seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Separate your feet hips width apart and flex your feet while pressing your insteps forward, helping to rotate your thighs slightly internally. Root your sitting bones down and lengthen up through the center of your spine while relaxing the shoulders. Breathe in. Start to hinge forward as you breathe out, pausing as you breathe in to reroute the pelvis down and stretch the spine further forward. Only continue to fold if you can do so while lengthening the spine and not rounding your shoulders or your back. If it's reachable without strain, you might clasp your big toes. Keeping a slight lift in your chest, let's tune into 5 or more deep breaths. Press down to your pelvis. And as you breathe in, lead with your chest. Slowly rise. Please find a comfortable way to sit so we can practice pranayama to help us to tune deeper inward and prepare for Shavasana before our guided 10 minutes of meditation. Sit in a way that you can feel grounded, alert, with an open heart space, and relaxed. I invite you into the practice of alternate nostril breathing, or Nodi Shodhana Pranayama in Sanskrit. This breathing technique not only helps to relax your nervous system and tune inward, but it also helps to balance the left and right hemispheres of your brain, It helps to balance your energy, and it helps to activate your intuitive energy center, Ajna chakra, also called your third eye center. You might choose to close your eyes as you practice it, resting your left hand in your lap. You might place it in a mudra. Gyan mudra is bringing the thumb and first finger to touch like this and resting the palm face up. That also helps to activate your intuitive energy center while focusing deeper inward. If you're needing to feel more grounded, take the same shape in your hand and place the palm face down. Now the right hand is in Vishnu mudra, in which you stick out your thumb, pinky, and ring fingers. We'll continue to breathe through the nose, very slow and soft breathing, very quiet breathing. We're going to use the right thumb to close the right nostril like this, and the right ring and pinky fingers to close the left nostril like this. Alternate nostril breathing. Now, I'll invite you to breathe in or out for 6 counts and to hold the breath in or out for 2 counts. When you're holding the breath, try to relax into it. Now you might close the eyes. Let's prepare to begin 3 cycles together and continue 3 cycles on your own by letting in a deep breath. Open the mouth and clear it out. Close the mouth. Let's begin. Cover the right nostril with the right thumb. Inhale through your left for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath for 2, 1. Close the left. Exhale right for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. 2, 1. Inhale right for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. 2, 1. Close the right. Exhale left for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1. Second cycle. Inhale left for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Close left. Exhale right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Inhale right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Close right. Exhale left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Third cycle. Inhale left for 6. Hold 2. Close left. Exhale right for 6. Hold 2. Inhale right for 6. Hold 2. Close right. Exhale left for 6. Hold 2. On your own, continue 3 more cycles. Now take your time to finish at your pace. When you finish, let go of controlling the breath and notice how you feel. When you're ready, you might keep the eyes closed as you start to lower your body to the ground. Find a comfortable position to lie down in corpse pose for a few minutes, Shavasana. You might splay the feet apart, wider than your hips distance. Maybe turn the palms face up, slightly away from your sides while relaxing the shoulders down and closing your eyes, breathing naturally and gifting yourself full presence, connecting mind, body, and breath. As you rest here a little longer with your eyes still closed, Notice how your physical body feels. Be kind to yourself as you slowly begin to move your body, gently waking it up. Take your time little by little, stretching, eventually turning over onto your right side and resting your head. As you lie on your side for a moment, not rushing to get up, pause to observe your breathing. Notice how you're feeling energetically now. Then when you're ready, begin to press your hands into the floor and start to lift your head, lift your body, and find a comfortable way to sit, taking your time. The meditation practice that I'll invite you to join me in is found in the Relaxed Mind, a 7-step method for deepening meditation practice. And it's a traditional Tibetan Buddhist practice of connecting body, heart, and mind. I'll read a little excerpt from the book. We can begin our meditation session by chanting the 3 syllables, Om, Ah, and Hum. Om represents the body. It connects us with the body and its channels, winds, and energies, making the body open for meditation. Ah is connected to speech and calms the inner chatter that can lead to obsessive thinking or is triggered by such thinking. We don't have to follow our thoughts, the talk going on in our mind. We can relax out of those habitual patterns and not engage with them. Hung, H-U-N-G, is the heart mind. As mentioned, heart mind is synonymous with spirit, wisdom, heart mind, awakened state, primordial awareness, and other terms for the ultimate state of awareness. Since it is centered in the heart chakra, in the chest, it is sometimes just called heart. Sometimes here it is called simply mind, but this does not refer to the brain. This is the level of spirit. So I'll invite you to practice the chanting as a means of connecting body, speech, and mind. It says here, when we're meditating or doing anything, it is important that these 3, body, speech, and mind, be connected with each other. For example, when we're talking, speech needs to be connected with consciousness at the heart-mind level. And these need to be connected with feeling for the expression to be harmonious. Bring your body, speech, and mind together at the same place, gently resting, not engaged in any activity or striving. The key to achieving this is to simply be present with each aspect, with body, speech, and mind. So let's begin the meditation by first checking in with your body and making sure that it's comfortable, alert, and open. You might rest the right palm face up on the center of your lap, stacked above the left palm face up, with your thumb tips gently touching. The right hand symbolizes wisdom, held by the left hand symbolizing compassion. Relaxing your shoulders, sitting tall, you might close your eyes. Begin by just observing your body breathe naturally. Feeling the natural inflow and outflow of the breath. We're going to start gently controlling the breath. So breathing in through the nose, hold the breath in for as long as you comfortably can. Exhale through the nose. Again, inhale through the nose. Hold the breath in gently. Exhale through the nose. Continue that pattern of breathing for the next minute. In through the nose, hold the breath, out through the nose. Now, as you inhale through the nose, mentally chant the sound Om, O-M. As you hold the breath gently, mentally chant Ah, A-H. As you exhale through the nose, mentally chant Hung, H-U-N-G. Inhale Om, hold Ah, exhale Hung. Remember, the Om is your whole body. So imagine breathing into your whole body. The Ah, held at the heart. Imagine holding the breath at your heart chakra. The Hung is all of your being, the mind. So expanding that in your mind's eye outward. Inhale, Om, body. Hold, Ah. Exhale, Hung, body, mind. Continue chanting mentally as you continue the pattern of breathing. Sense the coherence and harmony happening within you. Om, body. Ah, heart. Hung, mind. Now I invite you to let go of the patterned breathing. Just breathe naturally. Let go of the mental chanting and just sit in your own presence after that, noticing anything that you notice. Sense how you're feeling now mentally and emotionally. The breath can be a powerful tool to come back into coherence, back into presence in our bodies, connected to our heart minds. So, how will you continue to use the breath intentionally when you're not practicing yoga? Living the practice, finding moments to fully be present with yourself or someone else, perhaps by connecting to your breath. I invite you to another practice of gratitude, taking a moment to appreciate something or someone. I offer gratitude to this author of this book, teacher and monk Zaki Lung Rinpoche, who shares these ancient practices. Remind yourself of what your intention is for this practice. Remember to whom or what you dedicated today's practice. And let's close, chanting together Om 3 times. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.